The image of a successful billionaire is often associated with innovation and philanthropy. However, it is important to acknowledge that immense wealth can also lead to concentrated power and influence, which may raise ethical concerns. So let's examine both sides of the coin to gain a comprehensive understanding of the impact of wealth on society. Exploitation and labor practices. A recurring theme in billionaire controversies is the accusation of exploiting workers in pursuit of profit. According to a 2022 report by Oxfam, billionaire wealth in India grew by 121% during the pandemic, while millions of Indians fell into poverty. This raises questions about the fair distribution of wealth generated by large corporations, particularly those with a history of low wages and poor working conditions in their supply chains. Exploitation of labor is not confined to developing nations. Even in developed countries, concerns about worker treatment persist. For example, allegations of poor working conditions have dogged fashion brands owned by billionaires. A Quora thread discusses the controversy surrounding working conditions in factories supplying garments to certain brands. These accusations highlight the potential disconnect between the luxurious image a brand cultivates and the reality faced by its workforce. Corruption and political influence. Billionaires wield significant political influence, often through campaign contributions and lobbying efforts. According to a report by the Center for Responsive Politics, the top 100 individual donors in the 2020 US elections contributed over $1.3 billion. While political donations are legal, concerns arise when such contributions appear to influence policy decisions in favor of the wealthy. This intertwining of wealth and politics raises questions about the integrity of democratic processes. Furthermore, some billionaires have been accused of using their wealth to manipulate markets or gain unfair advantages in business dealings. A Statista report shows the wealth gap in the U.S. widening in recent decades. This trend, coupled with accusations of insider trading or manipulating markets, fuels the perception that the system is rigged in favor of the already wealthy. Tax avoidance and shelters. Not only this, billionaires are often adept at minimizing their tax burdens through complex legal structures and offshore accounts. A Forbes article discusses a study indicating that some U.S. billionaires pay a lower effective tax rate than middle-class earners. This raises questions about the fairness of the tax system and whether billionaires are contributing their fair share to fund public services. The issue of tax avoidance goes beyond legality. It strikes at the heart of societal fairness. While the middle class bears the brunt of taxation, billionaires find ways to circumvent their obligations. Environmental impact. The lifestyles of some billionaires, particularly their reliance on private jets and resource-intensive yachts, have drawn criticism for their environmental impact. A 2022 study by the Stockholm Environment Institute highlights the significant carbon footprint of private aviation. While some billionaires invest in renewable energy or environmental causes, the disconnect between their personal consumption and environmental sustainability raises concerns. The planet's finite resources cannot sustain the extravagant lifestyles of the ultra-rich indefinitely. Moreover, the environmental damage caused by such excesses disproportionately affects marginalized communities who lack the means to mitigate its effects. Philanthropy and its motives. While many billionaires engage in philanthropy, the motivations behind their giving are sometimes questioned. Critics argue that charitable donations can be used to distract from unethical business practices or curry favor with politicians. Philanthropy, when genuine, can be a powerful force for good. However, when used as a smokescreen to deflect criticism or further entrench wealth disparities, it becomes problematic. The ethical quandary. The vast wealth of billionaires presents a complex ethical dilemma. Their ingenuity and business acumen have undoubtedly created jobs and driven economic growth. However, the controversies surrounding some billionaires raise questions about the concentration of wealth and power. In a society where billions languish in poverty, the existence of such extreme wealth raises moral questions. The responsibility of billionaires. Beyond external regulation, billionaires themselves have a responsibility to use their wealth ethically. This includes promoting fair labor practices, committing to fair wages, safe working conditions, and ethical sourcing throughout their supply chains, minimizing environmental impact, investing in sustainable practices, and minimizing the environmental footprint of their lifestyles and businesses, engaging in responsible tax planning, paying their fair share of taxes to support public services and infrastructure, using philanthropy for good, focusing their charitable efforts on areas of greatest need, and ensuring transparency and accountability within their philanthropy. The path forward. Addressing the dark side of billionaire wealth requires a collaborative effort. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. By promoting ethical business practices, ensuring fair taxation, and fostering responsible philanthropy, we can create a system where wealth is a force for good. However, meaningful change will require a shift in mindset. It demands that we move beyond the idolization of wealth and recognize the inherent responsibilities that come with it. The need for open discussion. The issue of billionaire wealth is complex and multifaceted. Open and honest discussions are essential to explore the challenges posed by vast wealth concentration and identify potential solutions. These discussions should involve not only policymakers and academics, but also the public at large. And that's a wrap-up for today. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to Different Worlds for more such content. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.